This spider or creature with its protuberances that come out of its body sits in the corner and rests its feelers. Call them feelers. It doesn't matter what you want to call them. It rests its feelers on the water. And because of how the water's sloshing up and down, like the waves that are created by the people in the public swimming path, swimming in it, jumping in, jumping out, this creature that's in the corner, just by the waves motions, can tell who's jumping in, whether it's a male or a female, how heavy they are, whereabouts in the pool they actually jumped in, how high they got when they jumped in. It can tell all that just because of how the water moves. It can suss all that. That's all this creature can do. Can't do anything else apart from carry on living. Does not too badly. Doesn't have to pay rent, of course. I mean, only humans pay rent, or some kind of servitude has to be undertaken to survive. Thou shalt serve. I guess we're allowed to eat cake, though, aren't we? Look what happened to her. Let them eat cake. We maybe regretted that remark. There you go. So this little spider probably will get cleaned up. There's certain people on the planet who just wouldn't be able to handle that. They probably wouldn't even go in the swimming bath. I'm not going in that. Why not? There's a spuddy spider or creature in the corner. As if they would spot it. The thing is, this thing was translucent as well. And it had this capability of just refracting the light. So, there is talk that it's some kind of manufactured thing. See, the thing is that very much in the same ways that this is I've seen this on the TV, so it must be true, that it's possible to tell an individual purely by how they walk. And they've developed that system for airports for obvious reasons. If a suspected, one of those people with a capital T, I better not even say the name, because if the word terrorist, oh shit, I've said it. Oh well, there we go. That's it. Here we go, because there's terrorists everywhere. I haven't found any in the van yet, or anywhere in fact. And I see these people on TV, particularly on the BBC, that wear sort of expensive suits, £5,000 suits, $5,000 suits. They're the fucking terrorists, if you ask me. Why else would they be out bombing fucking children in their own tents in Afghanistan? Because that's what we're fucking doing out there. That's apart from basically all sitting by while 25,000 kids die every day because they haven't got water that's drinkable. It won't kill them. It hasn't got little creatures swimming around in it. Some kind of nutritious food and basic medicine. 25,000 kids a day. Apparently it's on the way down. It used to be 26,500 and it's on the way down now. Might even get down to 20,000 a day. That's what they're aiming for. What a joke, don't you think? We eradicated smallpox off the planet. We did that. Human beings did that. We eradicated it. We hunted it down. We had teams of whatever the word is, because they'll have a name, won't they? But teams of people trained in that kind of thing, going into the Amazon and making sure that even people living up in trees were inoculated. Imagine having to do that, but they had to make sure everyone's the only way to eradicate it off the planet was to get everybody. So they did. We did that before. So why don't we kind of have that same zest and focus on saving all those children from dying every day? So I mean, the Test match, which I love, England versus Australia, that's just finished. But apparently the capacity of the Lord's Cricket Ground wherein said contest took place. You could fill that up every day. So was only lasted 4 days, the Test match. So those 25,000 kids, you could have got 100,000. You could have processed, because if you had to process those children, it'd be different, wouldn't it? if we had to fucking process them, and in the sense of like fill up Lords with children and then dispose of them, I mean, how would you go about doing that anyway? And once they've all met their end, once they've all deceased, you'd have a stadium full of dead fucking children. You've got to clean it out for the next day, because we've got another 25,000 kids coming in tomorrow. Every day, in fact, and there's no days off. I don't know how you would do that. You probably have to do it by, I don't know, what, 10 o'clock? Make sure that you get them out of the way before all the crowd come in to watch the game. Maybe if that kind of thing was going off, someone would do something about it. I don't know. What can you possibly do about that? I don't know. I think even just thinking about it must help in some way. And certainly just speaking about it must help. It kind of helps me feel better, you know, not such an arsehole about myself, because I don't know I guess, I don't know, what could you do about that? Anyway, there you go. Such is the world we live in. So this is all about the spider in the swimming baths, in the swimming pool, public swimming pool. Putting his feelers on the water and being able to tell who would come in. Now, that might be useful, mightn't it? Much in the same way. Because then if a certain person turns up, so like everyone alerts out, oh, we want to know where this person is. So they could tell where he was if he walked into an airport, because they could tell by how he walked. It would be, his walk is unique to him, and it could be digitised and saved and observed and triggered. Oops. And they'll set an alarm off. Oh, he's here, he's here. Much in the same way as the spider in the corner of the swimming pool could tell that this bloke had jumped into that swimming pool, and how far he was, whether he ran in, jumped in, whether he was wearing any clothes or not. This creature thing could tell all that just from how the waves are vibrating on the swimming pool. Oh, there you go. This whole place is a mess of waves. Everywhere we live is just full of waves. Got radar waves coming from all the airplanes that are flying over to tell how high they are. So they're beaming down radar. It's all coming through your living room, hitting the ground and bouncing back up again. So you might get it on the way down and on the way up, going through your body, you know. You got all the electromechanical waves, like light. That's what that is. It's electricity, magnetism, light, it's all the same stuff. All that's going up and down and bouncing around and constantly changing, like from one thing to another, from electricity to magnetism, then back again to electricity, then back to magnetism again, then back to electricity again, then back to magnetism again, because it's all the same stuff. It oscillates between those two. That's all in my van now. So it's a mess of sound waves, and I'll corrupt that even more when I put my stereo system on. Then you've got all the sound waves from that going around, and even the sound waves from me talking are corrupting it all even more. All these waves going around, but they're there anyway. The waves are there. That's how we can use them as transport devices. But you've got to pay for them. Well, why have we got to pay for something that's already there? Just you've got to build the conduit to be able to access it. Then there you go. Job done. So why are we all paying over and over and over again for stuff that's just already there? Anyway, I don't know. Perhaps when they cover the motorway and solar panels, all the 2,500 miles of motorway in Great Britain, all the gantries over the top, cover it with gantries. That would keep it even lighting underneath as well, wouldn't it? Cover them in solar panels. Out in the sun all fucking day, you know. Every day, and every night. And there are solar panels now that can get the light that bounces off the moon. Because when you see the moon up in the sky, that's just the sunlight. That's all that is. So the light doesn't come straight down to planet Earth maybe, but it bounces off the moon and then comes down. So solar panels can get that as well. Not as much as during the day, but it's something. And the roads are out there. So why not? What could we possibly got to lose? Think of all the jobs and all that could be created to do all that stuff. we should make rather than attempting to get 20% of our energy from renewable sources, we should be trying to get 80% of our energy from renewable sources. Surely that's so pathetic. Really unambitious fucking target to set. They set ludicrously high targets for everyone just to stay alive. Got to work your buns off, haven't you? Just to stay alive while the demons run amok, because that's what's going on. Bill Hicks said that. I really agreed with him. May he rest in peace. Peace be upon him. Anyway, time to sign off now, and I'll park by the beach. It's the cooler because it's really hot tonight, and in fact, they don't often get warned in England. Hey, be careful tonight, everyone, because it's going to be really hot. Don't often get that, but it was all over the TV tonight. So there we go. We're going to have a scorcher in the next couple of days, by the sounds of it. So I'm parked right next to the sea. The sea breeze is lovely, and it's when you get it up your shorts, it kind of comes with a bit of a thrilling. There you go.